Guilty of crime.
What's up, everybody? What day are we? Almost Friday is what I'm going to say. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you. So, hit the like button on your way in. I'm early today, but I got to hang out with Reese today and take her to lunch. And I actually didn't get any phone calls about feral children. What's up, Graciela, Synth, all the mods, Bree? Haven't talked to you in forever, Bree. Just kidding. Rosie, what's up? Jen's a gypsy. Well, I'm on early today and I put my notification on late. So we got, a few people in the house. Hopefully some more will roll in. Hit the like button. All right. And today we're talking about J.P. Miller's FBI raid and his arrest. I've been following that today, all day, all morning, all week, and I have been following the Micah Miller case, but I have not reported on it yet. So today we're going to get into it, but we are going to start off with the arrest. We'll get into the arrest and the raid, and of course, let's get justice for Micah, okay? Because if I were married to this guy, and especially with him, we know Micah. If you don't know this case, Micah was with him from the time she was a teenager. He groomed her. I don't even know how they can consider her being with him, but ultimately she did take over as a position of the wife and she married him. So if I were married to him, I would have done the same thing she did. I can't really contest right now to her taking her life. There are a lot of suspicions. However, I think we need justice for Micah. I think whatever drove her, if she did that, speculating that we need to see justice for her. And we want to see this guy arrested for more. We want the raid to turn out to be more. So let's talk about that today. I do believe in coercive control. What's up, Kimmy Dawn? How you doing? Bean, absolutely. Patty, Liv, how you guys doing? I love the crime crew. I love that you guys are here supporting my channel on a daily basis, no matter what topic we talk about. Although tomorrow I want to give a shout out, and I want to do a pre-collab with Gavin Fish and give you a reaction to something that he did. So tomorrow I think I will go back to Jen Soto, only because I've had people literally commenting on my videos saying I've been thinking that Jen has been innocent the whole time. So you guys know we're not doing Jen Soto or Madeline Soto today, but here's the killer potato hashtag arrest Jen Soto. And good to see you guys. I have a silly question. Since these killers are slime balls, can we say silty of crime? Silty of crime. You could certainly say that, but I don't want my show to be not guilty of crime. Thanks for getting your membership back, Crystal. Let's start getting into it. I want to show you what got JP arrested. And I did just dye my hair. So as soon as I get off the show, I'm going to go back and re-dye it and tone it because my hair is black. And it takes multiple times and multiple toning to get it that nice white color. So right now it needs to be toned. I just got a haircut, y'all. Fresh off the press. How you doing, Patty? You're having a bad day. Let's have a better day, all right? We're here. Let's have a better day together. And let's look at somebody's life that's not so great, all right? Graciela. Let's look at somebody's life that's not so great, and we'll feel a little bit better about yours. Thanks, Kimmy. Thanks. I got some whistles here. I can't do that really, but thank you. Thank you. Got a fresh fade, fresh do, and I gotta go do some more when I get done here. No, it's not orange for Halloween. It's because my hair is black and it takes time to tone it and dye it, and I had to hop on here, so I couldn't finish it, but I will finish it when I get off. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate that. I hope you're having a better day now. Thank you. Thank you. I did get a fresh cut for you guys. Check it out. Fresh do. See the fade? I know you guys like the hair, so got a fresh fade. I'm in the middle of dyeing it. I'll come back to it when we're done here. You guys got me off of that, so I came on to do this. I wish I didn't need headphones. Then my hair can go free. It's like it's going to be ginger like me. It's not going to be red. It just started off that way, Leanne. But I love you guys, and I'm here with you so much that I got to dye my hair in between sessions, y'all. In between sessions, yeah. Fades are awesome. Thank you, Kimmy. Love you all. Fades are awesome. I just got the fresh fade. Check it out. Did the do. All right, so. Let's get to it, y'all. And drop guiltyofcrime.com in there. My hair is still wet. I still got to go back and dye it when I'm done here. Okay. So guiltyofcrime.com. You guys go on there. You'll have my email address, all the contact information, everything you need. All right. And Veronica, what's up? Good to see you. Any tone looks great on you. Don't try too hard. Well, I do try really hard to make sure my hair stays fresh, but thank you. We are talking about J.P. Miller, FBI raids and arrest. Why did he get arrested and why did his house get raided? And we're going to talk about what he could get arrested for and why did the FBI raid his house? Why did they raid his house? Why? I bet you guys don't know. I don't even know until this. If it goes green, you'll be like Kylie Minogue when she did hers. It's definitely not going to go green, all right? And you just got to get yourself some of these Ray-Bans, Kimmy. Get some Ray-Bans with a prescription in it. I've also got the video Ray-Bans too, where I could video with rocking the Ray-Bans with a prescription on. I have serious prescriptions because I can't see. So thank you. All right. Rosie, we're twins. Marilyn, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. My hair's still drying. All right, let's get into JP Miller and watch why he got arrested. It's pretty crazy, but I think at this point the police are wanting to do anything to get that man/monster in jail. Yeah, when feds are involved, it's serious. All right, I do have the hearing, but there's no sound, so I might show it to you just so you can see. Bree, I asked you if you could hear the sound and you didn't answer me. So let me know if you could hear the sound. Let's get into watching JP crack that girl's hat off with his phone and then get arrested. All right. Bree, let me know if you can if you heard that. All right. I'm gonna get my hair. I need to dry it. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. Enough introductions. I just figured I'd let everybody roll in. So that's why I waited, because I show it and then someone rolls in and say, wait, I didn't see that. Okay, JP Miller confronts a woman. Let me pull this down so that you can see it bigger. We might have to watch it a couple times. All right, so let's watch this. This is what he does to get arrested. All right, so JP Miller was arrested. Now, I don't know if you guys even knew he was arrested. Does anyone not know that he was arrested? I'll show you in a bit. This is why he got arrested. Let's go. All right, here we go.
You touch me! Don't you touch me, you psychopath! Don't you touch me!
All right.
You touch me! You touch me! Don't you touch me, you psychopath! You touch me. Don't touch me.
You're cracking, JP. The FBI's coming. We told you.
Stand on for the FBI. Told me.
All right. One more time. I just paused it so you can kind of see him in her face with his phone. Now, I want you guys to know that these were protesters. We're going to get into this. We're going to do pretty good sized, decent dive into this case today. You guys know how I roll. I'm usually about an hour and a half in. So if we can do an hour and a half today on what's happening now and what's happened, those protesters who sit across from Solid Rock Church, and he did that and he got arrested, and I love it, and I want him to be arrested for even more. Now, I don't think she should have gotten his face, but they still arrested him. So let's watch this one more time.
If you fucking touch me, don't you fucking touch me. Psychopath. Don't you touch me. You touch me. Don't touch me.
You're cracking, JP. The FBI's coming. We told you.
Stand on for the FBI. Told me.
By the way, notice a couple things. Number one, and you're going to see this throughout, but number one, this guy put on a ton of weight. Good. Karma's a bitch, y'all. He was telling Micah before she died that she was getting fat, that she needed to lose weight, and he's got a big old belly, and he's been wearing the same clothes for days, y'all. People are filming him, catching him on camera, and he been wearing the same clothes. People are laughing and saying, did the FBI take his clothes? Because he's wearing the same clothes and he's extra chubby. And he was talking about Micah. Man, this guy is something else. I believe he's a psychopath and a narcissist. And when I say narcissist, I know there are people that are clinical narcissist. You're not that if you're listening to this, but he is. Not in a good way. All right. So I'm going to pull this down. You guys saw what you saw. You saw what you saw. They showed that. I'm going to show you. Well, not me. I'm way in your face right now, but let me show you this real quick because I just want you to see this clown here. Let's check out this clown and let's go. So JP Miller was finally arrested. It was likely the parking lot incident, which it was now. He was charged. He charged at the lady. This is separate from FBI raiding his home Friday. The charge isn't huge, but seeing him in a mugshot is a big deal. So I do like that. I like seeing him in a mugshot, and it's been overdue. Yeah, Maryland, he absolutely is getting fat. Karma's a bitch. Like I said, he's a clown. Princess Mish, and this guy can't change his clothes. And when you see him when he walks out of jail, you're like, or he walks out, you're like, what's wrong with this clown? What's wrong with this clown? Watch what he's wearing too. But yeah, he's a big guy. He's 6'2". That's not right. It says he's 160 pounds. Did anybody catch that? It says this 6'2" clown is 160 pounds. He's 45 years old, which is my age. We know he's a white male arrested on 11/6, and his next court date is on 12/10/2024. He got assault, and battery in the 3rd degree. You guys see that? It says he weighs 160 pounds. That's funny. Simply Nikki, what's up? And do me a favor, even though we don't have hundreds of people in chat, do hit the like button. Get yourself a membership if you can. If you have the means to gift memberships, it's a fan-funded channel, funded by you all. And yeah, get yourself a membership if you can. All right. So yes, this clown was arrested. We're going to get into this even further today. All right. I just kind of wanted to start with that and show you all. There I go back up there again. Nice and big. Let's start with this clown here. Let's do this. I'm going to start with this one just because I want you to remember Micah Miller, and I want you to know that Micah needs justice. I believe she needs justice. I don't believe that she didn't do or that she did this unprovoked, or even maybe she didn't do this. All right, so let's check this out together, y'all. Good to see you. Can't someone put the membership link? Bree or Synth, can you put a membership link up, please? I know you have a membership link that goes right to the join. So please do that. Help a sister out. Simply Nikki wants this. She wants to become a member, y'all. All right. She wants to become a member and she's having trouble. She needs the link again. And Bree, I know you have that direct join link. All right. Who and what? Lost almost 100 pounds. I think it accumulates until finally it comes out. All right. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but let's watch this. Hopefully you guys get interested in what I'm doing here. There's beautiful Micah. May she rest in peace and may we get justice from this clown. And this hat is a perfect hat for this clown. And Carrie, I know you're not here. Hope you watch the replay, but Carrie put me onto this case quite a bit.
J.P. Miller became a focal point following the death of his wife, Micah Miller, back in April. Micah's body was found at Lumber River State Park. It was just across the state line in North Carolina. Her death was ruled a suicide.
Hold on, let me.
State line in North Carolina. Her death was ruled a suicide. At the time of her death, Micah and John Paul were going through a divorce, and in court documents, Micah's family accused JP of abusing her. There was a swift and a loud public outcry for a thorough investigation into her death, and protest calling for justice for Micah began outside the Solid Rock Church. ABC 15's Andrew James joins us live in the studio. Andrew, do we know yet why the agents were at the Miller home today?
Well, Jay, we reached out to the FBI's Columbia.
All right, so we're going to get a quick viewing on this. We're going to go to the next clip, and then we're actually going to go into why we really think, and we're going to do some speculating, but we're also going to do some intelligent speculating about that. We're also going to talk about his arrest, him getting out, etc. So buckle up, chill out, grab your puffers, grab your Red Bull, whatever you got, and let's hang out for a while, y'all. Stay with me, all right? And I do appreciate you guys all for being here, my regular crime crew. He might be on the right meds and off drugs, so he's fat. Well, he was calling Micah fat. He was telling her he was getting fat. Now, Krista, I came on early today because I was hanging out with my daughter. Normally, I come on at 4 p.m. Right now, it's 3:22 p.m. I popped on early because I wanted to still hang out with my girl. I took her out to Togo's, and then we went to Starbucks. So I got some good time with my little young lady, my little 10-year-old kick butt daughter. All right. Yeah, Arizona, that's Central, I believe. Oh no, that's not. That's Mountain Time. What's up, Savage Barbie? You are my Savage Barbie. Good to see you. Justice for Micah. All right, you don't puff anymore, but I'll puff away. Buckle up. We're in it for a while.
Field office, and they told us they were conducting a, quote, court-authorized law enforcement activity at the home. Well, back in May, after sharing findings in the death investigation, Robeson County Sheriff Bernice Wilkins actually released a statement saying his department had requested the assistance of the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI in South Carolina. It wasn't clear then why the feds were brought in or if today's search is conducted to the sheriff's or connected to the sheriff's request, I should say. Well, now today, unmarked black FBI trucks, a trailer, were all staged outside J.P. Miller's home. This is along Coldwater Circle, the Azalea Lakes neighborhood, just outside of Socastee. FBI agents were seen carrying out plastic evidence bags from the home, loading them into a trailer parked outside, but we weren't really able.
I'm going to speculate that they found lots of medication in his house. That's what I'm going to speculate. And what's up, Kawasaki? Good to see you, my loyal crew. I love that I have a loyal crime crew. This is great news, and more, I believe, is coming. All right? I absolutely believe more is coming. The church is shut down. I bet you there's millions of dollars that are unaccounted for and lots more.
Able to see what was in those bags. There was also an FBI photographer on the scene. Many of the protesters who've spent Sundays countlessly rallying outside a Solid Rock Church, they sat and watched it all unfold from across the street in this neighborhood. The Horry County Sheriff's Office eventually responded to control the crowd. Well, now J.P. Miller has not been charged with any crimes related to Micah's death. And when we
Not
asked
yet.
his attorney today about the FBI investigation, he told us there wasn't an affidavit attached to the search warrant. That typically is a statement detailing why law enforcement needs to search private property. So we're not sure what the agents are looking for or what they're investigating. Jen?
Andrew, thank you. I'm sure.
All right. Well, I bet you he's shaking in his boots right about now, wondering what the heck is going on. And we all are, but we're going to come here and speculate that together after we get down with some more videos and stuff and get up in chat. How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Internet's a little bit wonky today, I noticed. So everybody that's having a bit of a trouble, well, it's not just you. All right, so now we saw that they raided his house. We'll go deeper into that, but we're also going to go deeper into the raiding and his actual arrest. All right, so let's get it. We got two things that are separate. Many people are confused. They're confused because they're like, wait, he got arrested after his house got raided?
Micah Miller, a South
All
Carolina
right, let me turn this up a bit. Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
A woman found dead in late April has been arrested, not though in connection with her investigation and into her death, which authorities say was a suicide. Her husband, Pastor John Paul Miller of Solid Rock Church in Myrtle Beach, spent the night in jail on an assault.
That's a beautiful picture to see. And Marissa, let me tell you what, today we're going to talk about the charges that are coming for him and what we think in an intelligent way. We're going to intelligently speculate. All right. Now we're going to speculate. We don't normally speculate on this channel because most of the time people are already guilty of crime. So when you're guilty of crime, I could sit there and read your charges. But today we're looking at his mugshot. We want justice for Micah. And not only do we want justice for Micah, but we want to find out what's happening with the FBI raid. I think he's going to get arrested for some kind of theft, some kind of laundering at the church. I think that's going to be part of it. Military Ma, good to see you. 75-inch TV, so you're large and in charge. Good to see you. A big wave to you. You can see my tattoos even better, right? One of them goes right through. Check it out. All right, let's go. Sincerber, thank you for the one guilty of crime membership. Yeah, RICO charges. Now, January, FBI. Just think about that.
Charge.
Federal.
Police say they took him into custody after a confrontation outside of his church over allegations he abused his wife, Micah, before her death. And the moment was caught on camera. Here's part of it.
All right, so if you just walked in, I showed this, but I showed it a little bit closer up and I paused it right there. This is one of the protesters in his face, and then he does that back to her. He like flips at her hat or something, but they arrest him for assault.
If you touch me, don't you touch me, psychopath! Don't you touch me! You touch me! Don't touch me!
All right, News Nation's Rich McHugh is with us now. Rich, you have spoken with the woman who filmed that video. What exactly is going on here? Who's involved?
Sure. So these are protesters who have been protesting.
All right, this is awesome that he talked to the protesters. So this is protesters. We're gonna hear the lowdown now. I love it. Thank you guys for being here. And you're not late. We just started.
At his church. I'm not sure that this actual incident was at his church, but it was at Horry County Technical College. I'm not sure why. But they admittedly were protesting and taunting him, at which point the woman who was filming says John Paul Miller charged the woman and essentially she said, "You're in my personal space." And he flipped her hat twice. That's how it was described to me. And was charged with third-degree assault. Now, there's been a dark cloud of suspicion over John Paul Miller since this whole thing happened. He went in front of his congregation the day after it was known that Micah Miller was found dead, and he said, "My wife ultimately took her own life." And ever since that day, her family has raised questions. We sat down with him in July and talked to him exclusively. He denies all abuse allegations against him. But still, there's a lot of this story that doesn't add up, and there's some that I can't even report that I'm working on. We do know that the FBI last week raided his home, spent several hours there, taking out computers, taking out hard drives. So there is certainly a cloud around him right now, and people.
All right, so for those of you asking, watching this video, I would absolutely say that they provoked him. Now, January says he slapped the phone out of her hand as well. I do have the hearing, but I couldn't hear the hearing. There was no sound on it. So we saw the hearing, it was like 25 minutes long. I don't doubt that he slapped it out of her hand. Now, she did come after him, which is interesting that they still arrested him because she did follow him and kind of provoke him. Now, these people want justice for Micah and they're protesting at the church, which thank God, because you know what? They should have been looking at him a long time ago. And when the feds come in, the FBI gets the dirt on him. Well, he's going to be in some serious water. Jay, for only 9 months, you're killing it. Such a great community. Always here to get the TCT. Thank you, M. Thank you. Yeah, 9 months. 9 months. All right. So, he didn't hit her, but you can see how angry he gets that quick. And I bet you anything he did that to Micah. All she had to do was set him off. He did groom Micah. She was still a teenager when she was a teenager when they started their, I don't even know if that's a consensual affair, but they did, and she was a teenager. So I believe he groomed her. She provoked it, but he put his hands on. You can't do that. Words are not an excuse for violence. She shouldn't have been in his face, though. I will say that. She shouldn't have followed him. If I were scared of somebody, I wouldn't keep following them, especially this man. He's dirty. He's dirty. He can find somebody, or he'll just go after her. So I'd be a bit afraid to mess with somebody that snaps like that. All right, so let's keep going, and we'll get into what we think the FBI raid is what's going to happen with that.
People believe that the circle is tightening, if that's the way to put it, Money.
All right. Well, we know you're on the case. News Nation's Rich McHugh. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to.
We love News Nation. All right, I'm going to go back because I want you to see. So he got out on a bond. Actually going to stop this and I'll show you the documents real quick. Thank you, Bree, for sending that over. I love documents. So we're going to see here what he got, and then we'll watch him walking out. But we want to know what happened. And I know you guys love paperwork and documents as well. So there it is. There's one of the documents there. Horry County 15th Judicial Circuit. So criminal case pending court. It's in Myrtle Beach Municipal. File date, arrested on 11/6, filed on 11/7. We got his case number here. His bond was really low. He had a cash bond set at $776. And yeah, of course he got out, y'all. Soon he probably won't have money for anything. But it is an assault charge, and I don't know where that went. Hold on, let me look for that real quick. I got some pictures in there that Bree sent over. May she rest in peace, Micah Miller. All right, so there it is. Coldwater bond entity. I don't see the charges. I did see the charges on one of the documents, and it is third degree. There it is. Assault in the third degree. So there's the paperwork. Simply Nikki, thank you for joining us. Join us. We're like a crime cult here. All right. So another thing on his record. This is awesome. Adam drives Helen. Good to see you. Didn't realize you were live. I came early today, and time is 3:33 p.m. Let's say a prayer for justice for Micah. All right. Thank you for being here. All right. So there you go. Third degree assault. JP or John Paul Miller. $776. That's a joke. There you go. You can see his ugly mug. This guy's a clown. Did I see Carrie here? Carrie, my girl. And Carrie, you remind me of Micah Miller. Like the way you look. Look at her picture down there, and then look at Micah. I don't know why, but Carrie, you remind me of the way Micah looks. You have that Micah Miller look. I hope you don't get offended by that. All right. He was in PJ pants. He was in PJ pants. You know why, Carrie? Because he's getting fat. karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. Justice for Micah. All right. And you guys are having trouble with the time today because I came on early. I dyed my hair and I'm ready to dye it some more. When I'm done, I'm gonna dye it. Yes, I dyed it and I'm dyeing it again when we're done. I did not get to tone it. So it's orange right now. And it's not for Halloween. It's just because I didn't get to do that yet. I love Karma too. Thanks for being here, Carrie. All right. There you go. Look at the clown. There's his solid rock church, and I really do hope that this thing gets shut down, and I hope the FBI cracks down on him. Yeah, he'll be fat and bald, Wyatt. Yes. Temporarily red until they tone it. Yes, I gotta tone it. Gotta tone that bad boy. He is, and you guys are gonna see him in a minute. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Don, I'm lifting that color right now. You know the lingo. I was just lifting it, and the time said, "Oh, it's 3:00. Get your ass in there for the crime crew." All right. It's not ginger. I just lifted my tone. I lifted my black, and I still gotta lift it some more, y'all. All right. So I came on early. Carrie, thank you. I texted you, and I don't know why you remind me of Micah. All right. That's his church. And you could tell this guy spent a pretty penny on this church, everybody. This guy, you can see this church is very new school. I mean, he took the time to just do that, right? He spent money on this. Where money goes into churches, money also goes into your pockets, okay? So I'm betting, I'm going to bet my car keys that we're going to see some charges on some kind of money charges from the feds, all right? So yeah, take a look at that church. It is a pretty church. Definitely is a pretty church. All right. Let's remember Micah. And if she did take her life, then let's still say a prayer for her. I believe she was provoked. You can see that Carrie has a beautiful soul too. You can see that in Micah. Absolutely. And that may be what it is. I may be seeing Carrie in Micah, but I definitely see the resemblance, and I see a heart of gold. Carrie, you're a doll. Thank you. Thank you, Savage Barbie. All right. All right, you guys, wasn't his money. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't his money, one to be. Wasn't his money. That's what happens when you take other people's money. You get caught by the feds. All right. All right. Beautiful Micah. Say a prayer for her that she gets justice and her life wasn't taken in vain. All right. Beautiful. And yeah, beautiful lady there. And this guy is a jerk. He comes on there and says, "Oh, she took her life today. Let's get on with the mass. How about we collect some money?" JP reminds me of the old PTL crooked pastor married to Tammy Faye. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Absolutely. He's a thief. And yeah, these churches are dangerous. I am not into religion because they scare me. Most of them do a lot of bad things, in my opinion. All right, so let's take this down. We're going to get into that video after we watch this guy walk out. We're going to watch him walk out. Grassi, thank you. Justice for Micah. He's so creepy. Also, justice for many victims, horrible crimes. Thank you, Jay, to brighten our day. Respect. $5 super chat. Thank you. Yeah, JP is a grifter. I agree. What's wrong with him? He's got a lot wrong with him. All right. You emailed me a video from another protester. All right, I'll check it out. Let me watch him walking out of prison, and then I can bring it up. All right. Multitasking at its finest. And my internet's going really slow today. So let me get to that while you guys chat amongst yourselves, because it's going turtle speed around here. All right. Come on. You could do it, YouTube. I hope YouTube could do it. It's not all right, there it is. Let's watch this let's watch karma at its finest as we watch him putting on weight, wearing pajamas, still thinking he's going to get away with something. He still thinks he's something else, y'all. And he's still got that female supporting him, the one that he was dating. All right, I'm going to pause it for a second because when he turns, you'll be able to see his belly. But I also want you to see that he's wearing pajama bottoms. And that guy is always on his phone. He's always on his phone. He's so pretentious and fake. Thank you so much, Patty, for the $1.99 super sticker. I hope you're feeling better. All right, you guys think he's a chomo? Well, he is a chomo because he was dating a 14-year-old girl that he groomed. You're absolutely right. Good to see you, Patronus. I haven't seen you in a while. He does look like Winnie the Pooh when he sits in the room, and we're going to watch that too. All right, let's watch him walk out and be pretentious on his phone like he has somebody to call.
John Paul, any reactions today?
No. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.
You can tell he's trying to avoid the cameras as he walks out. And man, I saw him sitting down in the hearing, and I'm like, bro, you should work on your belly. He's playing Candy Crush. I love that. The waitress he tried to pick up, this was before. No, I did not. But yeah, he's playing Candy Crush. That's the best comment of the day. This channel is another family for me. Well, thank you. You guys are my family. Are we the crime family or what? Does that sound bad when I say we're the crime family or the crime crew? Right? It sounds like we're just like so bad and we're just committing crimes when really we're trying to help get justice. All right, so we're going to watch this and I love it. Thank you, Bree, for sending it. Let's finish this and we'll watch that video. Another protester. All right. Let's watch one more protester and then we're going to get in to the real episode of today because I was just kidding with you. Love you, Faith and Repentance. Yeah, my internet's just not doing well today. And I just paid the bill. What happened? Come on, Comcast. I just paid $120 for some internet for the fastest I can get without having a business internet. All right, let's watch this. I won't complain.
Uh-oh, y'all. What's going on? JP just touched that.
Poke.
JP just touched that girl. Oh my God, y'all. What the Whoa. He just touched her. There's John Paul Miller. He's recording us.
He's recording them.
There
I love
he
it.
goes. Look at him. Look at him. Wow.
It's a protester.
He touched.
Oh, what happened? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is a protester. You guys came in and you're like, what happened? Let me show it one more time. It's protesters. And I'm hanging out with y'all today. This lady's wearing a Justice for Micah shirt. Okay, so buckle in today. We just got started. We've been here for almost 40 minutes and we're just starting. So get your puffers. Like I said, get your caffeine and let's get going. Justice for Micah protester. Another one. JP does think he's untouchable. He does think he's untouchable. He did hit her 3 times or something. He got third degree. All right. So that's all that matters. He got arrested. We just watched him going out of jail. Savage Bari, this is another protester that's protesting at the church, Justice for Micah. Or across the street.
Uh-oh, y'all. What's going on? JP just touched that. JP just touched that girl. Oh my God, y'all. What the Whoa. He just touched her. There's John Paul Miller. He's recording us.
All right, one more you're going to see.
There he goes. Look at him.
This is what he got arrested
Look
for
at
after this.
Wow. Wow. He touched.
There it is.
You fucking touch me! Don't you fucking touch me, psychopath! Don't you touch me! You touch me! Don't touch me!
You're cracking, JP. The FBI's coming.
Look at as
We
he waddles
told
away.
you.
From the FBI. Told me. But you
Look at him as he waddles away. He was trying to record them. He was recording them. They were recording him. They were provoking him. He was probably provoking them. Yeah, he's locked up for the wrong reason. But Leanne, that's step one. Step one is all you can do is start from step one. All right. So let's talk about why we think he's going to get arrested from the FBI. They didn't raid his house for nothing. All right. So let's get into it. Like I said, buckle up. We just started. And there I am. Buckle up. I'm in your face. All right. He is a joke. He thinks he's so cool, man. He's just nothing but an old man. Yeah, I'm 45 too, but he thinks he's cool. I don't think I'm cool, at least. He walks around like, hey, every lady wants me. All right. Justice for Micah. Let's talk about his house getting raided and why.
Her husband, a pastor at a South Carolina church, is apparently the focus now of the FBI, and they just searched his home. We're talking, of course, about John Paul Miller, but if this FBI search is not connected to the death of Micah Miller.
All right, real quick, Catherine, I slowed it down a couple times at the very beginning, so you might want to have to do the rewatch unless we can. They don't really show that. They show him in her face and the camera's moving, but I did show that. So, all right. You're more than a preacher than he'll ever be. Thank you. All right. Well, at least I don't walk around like that. He's just an awful man.
Miller, then what could be the focus? We're going to sit down with a lawyer who is actually at the scene during the FBI search, as well as a former FBI agent, to get a peek into what might be going on behind the scenes. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So this is a story that went viral back in April. John Paul Miller, who was a pastor at Solid Rock Church in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, announced at the end of a sermon that his wife, 30-year-old Micah, was dead. And he said that she had taken her own life at a state park in North Carolina. The backlash to this was swift. Friends, family of Micah Miller, they immediately suspected John Paul might have had something to do with her death. And even though apparently it was announced at the time that he was hundreds of miles away in Charleston when Micah died, and to be clear, he has never been criminally charged in connection with her death, but nonetheless, supporters of Micah, those closest to her, they have launched a campaign to bring attention to the problems that John Paul and Micah were having in their marriage. They wanted an investigation into whether John Paul might have even intentionally pushed Micah to take her own life. Now, John Paul, though, to be clear, stepped down from his role or his positions at the church in May. The medical examiner did officially rule that Micah died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. She was seen on surveillance video buying a gun at a pawn shop before she drove to Lumber River State Park. This is just over the state line in North Carolina. Micah even called 911 to let them know what she was about to do so her family could find her body. The dispatcher had tried to...
What do you guys think about that? We haven't talked about this at all. And hello, Mom. Love you, love you, love you. I hope you're having a good day. Everybody say hello to Mama Pearl. And I'm going to let my dog in a second. You think it was a cult church? I want to know what you think. I've heard all kinds of theories. People are saying it was AI that made her voice make the call. All kinds of weird theories, and I'm not so sure. Carrie, I am dyeing my hair. I'm lifting it right now. So I've done my hair green and I've done my hair blue. And guess what? It washes out way too quick. So I'm just going to pull all the color out and go platinum. But I know you're a hairstylist. All right. What do you guys think? Tell me, you think it was self-inflicted? I do. I think he pushed her to that. Yeah. And I do believe the dispatcher sucked too. All right. Well, give me your theories down here. And I love you, Mom. Good to see you.
to talk her out of it, but it was too late. John Paul and his father, though, they've always maintained that Micah suffered from serious mental health problems, and they claim that she had stopped taking her medication. But there were several factors that we're going to get into that made her family and friends and those who've been following the story suspicious, like the fact that Micah had filed for divorce before her death, John Paul's criminal record, what court paperwork from his first marriage revealed about the relationship. At the time of Micah's death, the Robeson County Sheriff's Office said the FBI was conducting a, quote, parallel investigation, but said that that investigation didn't involve Micah or her death. I should be more specific about that. And now what we want to talk about is brand new information that FBI agents were at John Paul's Myrtle Beach home at the end of last week. But the exact reasons for why they were searching his home are still a little bit vague. So to talk about this, I want to bring on attorney Regina Ward, who actually had been representing Micah in her divorce case against John Paul. And it's our understanding she was there at the time FBI conducted this search. And I'm also joined by former CIA and FBI agent Tracy Walder, News Nation contributor. Great to have you both here. Thank you so much. Regina, I'll start with you. So you were there. Why were you there? And what can you tell us about what you observed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I wasn't there in the beginning, obviously. I didn't get there till later in the afternoon.
All right, so she was there during the FBI raid, which is what we're talking about right now, is why the FBI raided him and what we think the charges are going to be. And we're going to give an intelligent guess. Now, if somebody wants to send me the 911 call, one of the mods, I'd love to play the Micah Miller 911 call for you. All right, let me know. Send it over and I'll do that. Lisa Lynn, you sent me an email. Sol Rodriguez sent me an email too. So if you're listening, Sol, I will get back to you. All right.
When I arrived, there was still, plenty of Micah supporters there. Lots and lots of FBI agents everywhere, all of the classic FBI cars and such. I actually stood over with the neighbor right next to John Paul Miller's home. And so I was able to observe for myself some of the items that were being, brought out from the home. And so I got to see some of that. Of course, I don't have the knowledge of what's inside some of those paper bags and boxes, of course, but obviously I did see some things that they took out.
Well, what were some of the things that you saw them take out?
Well, one of the things that I was most pleased with that I saw taken out of that house was a large all-in-one computer. And so my thought process, of course, is that there's probably stuff on there or evidence on there that's going to help the FBI take the next step in this case.
By the way, as you may know, we have been actively following the Micah Miller story for a while here on Sidebar. We've been trying to stay up to date on any new developments. And one of the reasons that we're able to continue to do that kind of work is not only because of you guys, and we can't thank you enough for your support, but also because of our sponsors and the work they do with us. And I have to call out one in particular right now, Upside. Upside's awesome. Upside.
All right, we're not going to watch your sponsors, but we'll
collecting the evidence.
All right, we're going to listen to the 911 call after we intelligently speculate what the FBI raided his house for and what we think is next. Sadie's mama, good to see you. I emailed you. I texted you what time I was coming on, and I came on early. Yeah, they took the computer. They took lots of things out of his house. Lots of things. All right. Yeah, dirty little secrets are going to be revealed. I believe that too.
Starting with me and witnesses and other potential victims and so forth. And of course, taking those next steps to execute a search warrant.
To be clear, though, is this about Micah's death or her relationship with John Paul? That might have, maybe, from what I'm hearing, what you're saying, might have to not just be about Micah, but other people as well. I think you used the word victim or alleged victims. Are you saying this is larger than Micah? Is it about her death, or is it something else?
Right. Anything that I would know personally, if anything at all, there would be certain things that I wouldn't be able to disclose anyway. But I'll put it this way. This case and that search warrant was definitely about Micah, whether it was directly related to her, her untimely death. The thing that I'm saying is that
yes, I didn't know that search warrant was directly connected to Micah. I thought it had to do with like laundering or something at the church. So there's more charges coming up, and we will listen to the 911 call after this. Right now, we're focusing on the FBI raid and figuring out what we think he's going to get arrested for. And Micah is a big part of it. He does have a girlfriend. He still has a girlfriend. And I cannot believe that his girlfriend's still with him after all this. Man, that is the best news ever. Let's go. Justice for Micah.
Regard to that search warrant, it had Micah's name all over it because but for Micah, leaving
Yes.
behind journals and evidence and information that would leave a trail for the FBI to follow, they would have never knocked on his door ever to begin with. So is it directly related to Micah and her passing? Well, gosh, I certainly hope so to some degree, but I also say this, that don't forget, there have been plenty of people in the past where we never, got to arrest them for what we alleged that they had done. But, I always like to say, Al Capone didn't go to prison for murdering anyone. He went to prison for tax evasion. Jail is jail. Would I like for it to be something directly related to, him tying him with Micah? Yeah, but if it's something else, I'm fine with that too. Jail is jail. One of the things that I wanted the public to, obviously clearly understand is about the type of evidence that the FBI has now gotten access to.
Yes, the evidence that the FBI got access to. It's going to be financial crimes. There's going to be other crimes. And I believe that they are going to tie him to his girlfriend's husband's life being taken. Not only did his girlfriend's husband's life got taken, but then he spoke at his funeral. What kind of... So there's a possibility he's going to get charged with 2 lives being taken and financial crimes. This is going to be bigger, y'all. This is going to be bigger than we think. Girlfriend's husband was confined to a wheelchair and drowned in a pool. You know what? I think they're looking at that too. Mr. Beers, hey everyone. I don't know this case. I'll watch replay, but I thought I'd come say hi. Hello, everyone. Mr. Beers, we're looking for justice for Micah today, and we're talking about JP Miller, why the FBI raided him, and about his arrest. I'm so glad he's behind bars, and thank you, 12B. I appreciate that. You also heard there's a body found in a car. There was a body found in the car right near where they were raiding. They haven't talked about that being connected yet. Notice I say yet.
When we think about things, especially with our wonderful Constitution that protects us all, right? It's from unreasonable searches and having an expectation of privacy in our homes. The federal magistrate is not going to just willy-nilly hand out a search warrant without the good probable cause. But the point that I wanted to make is that now the FBI will have access to evidence that they have retrieved from him that he expected to have some sort of expectation of privacy in. And those things would be email threads, email chains, text messages, website history on that computer, all of the things that we usually, consider to be private to us, and those private documents, computer files, and that type of thing. So in the future, any of that type of evidence, if Mr. Miller wants to say, oh, yes, I wrote that letter admitting all of those things, but my wife told me to write it, therefore explaining it away. In this situation, whatever the FBI has retrieved there cannot be denied. It came from his home and from his source and under an expectation of privacy. So I think that that's going to be some very strong evidence that would be coming forward somewhere down the road.
And, I do believe they are looking at the evidence for Micah, for his girlfriend's husband, for crimes that are financial, but really this one is directly connected to Micah. So this could be an arrest happening soon. I wouldn't doubt if they found CSAM on some of his stuff, as he did groom Micah. Hello, Michelle, and everybody else here. Mom, I love you. If you're not here anymore, I'll talk to you soon. Now, the body, everyone's asking about the body. The body was not connected to JP's property at all. So I had that question too. They did find a body while they were looking and at a car, but it has no connection yet. He is such a creep, Carly. And thank you guys for emailing me that. Carly, I got one from you and one from Bree.
Right. All right, Tracy, let me turn this over to you. Yes. So our understanding is John Paul reportedly wasn't home during this search. Your thoughts on, was that intentional? And you're hearing what Regina's saying about what was collected from the house. No. What's your impression?
Well, so first to mention what Regina said, you have to have probable cause to get a search warrant. So they were obviously collecting on him on this case for quite some time. And part of me does wonder if this is more than just about the death of Micah, quite frankly, simply because of the fact that the FBI is involved and is executing a search warrant. My mind actually goes to some financial issues as well, as that is something that obviously that we investigate quite a bit. Now, in terms of serving a search warrant, it's actually usually preferable for the person not to be home, for us to serve that search warrant. My guess is, again, I don't have insider information. I can only just go off of what I have done in the past. We typically surveil the person actually for a period of a couple of weeks. These things don't happen automatically per se. We surveil them, we get to know sort of their routine, if you will. And my guess is it was a routine departure from the home, whether he was picking someone up, whether he was going to work, whether he was doing something that he typically does. They waited for him to be gone to serve that search warrant.
Let me expand upon that a little bit more because according to Kevin Miller,
I love it that they waited for him not to be there, probably so he wasn't in the way and he couldn't be trying to hide stuff, which it's pretty typical. They don't want someone there. Now, you guys are talking about Chad Daybell, and Chad Daybell, I love that he was right outside his property when they found the children and he started driving off. He got in his car and took off. He knew that they had found the bodies and they arrested him. I love it. Thank you, Savage Barbie, for the 5. And then the next membership, 6 memberships. You're a rock star. Thank you so much. And a crime to remember, a member for 5 months. We love you. I've been missing you. All right, let's keep going.
Miller, who's a spokesman for the Columbia, South Carolina FBI office, this was a court-authorized search. He declined to comment to the media as to the reason for the search, if anything was retrieved from the house. Will the FBI, Tracy, federal authorities reveal anything quite yet, or will they keep everything close to the vest unless or until there are charges?
I personally think that they are going to keep that information close to the vest until there are charges. They don't have to reveal that information. And to be completely blunt, Jesse, I'm sorry to be so blunt, it doesn't necessarily serve them right now to reveal that information. And quite frankly, in order to get the charges against him, they don't even have to reveal everything they have. Just enough, right, to get those charges.
Right.
So I am not certain that we will know anything right away until or if there is an arrest.
Regina, going back to you about that scene, you mentioned that there were people outside, protesters. They were posted up outside, I think, the Solid Rock Church. They made their way to the home. They were holding signs that said "Justice for Micah." What was that like? What was that scene like?
Yes, it actually was a fairly familiar scene that we've seen many times in many different places. I'll tell you, the people who are in support following this case and so forth are dedicated to seeing it through and are hopeful and at any place that they can to offer their support and to encourage. It was quite interesting too, because one thing that I liked seeing too was that when the FBI finished, was getting ready to leave the scene, everyone was clapping for them and chanting and saying you can't hide from the FBI, which is true. And I'm so glad that that it was mentioned that people have made comments. John Paul just barely missed the FBI. I can assure you this.
Now, I do want you to notice this guy. He looks like a nerd. He's trying to be so much cooler later on. He looks like a total dork, a total nerdy pastor, but he wasn't that nerdy. He was already doing crimes. I'm sure many by then. Micah looks happy back then. When you see her later on, she genuinely doesn't look happy. And again, thank you, JoJo and Bean, for gifting the 1, now 2 memberships. I appreciate you. As you see the pictures progress, you can tell that the life is coming out of her and she's no longer happy. She sees things for what they are. I'm sure that she was caught up in many of the crimes that were happening as the financials were dissipating. The finances were dissipating and financials. Yeah, nerdy Nerdleton, JoJo says. And choo choo. Love you guys. Awesome. All right.
This was a very calculated, planned maneuver by the FBI, and they knew exactly where John Paul Miller was at the time that they did that. But I also wanted to say too, with regard to potentially other victims of John Paul Miller himself, or those who are associated with him, or that type of thing, that the pleas, the way we end domestic violence is by a victim breaking their silence. And so I would encourage anyone out there that feels that they have been victimized by.
He's such a nerd. You guys love that, right? A nerdy Nerdleton. But look at when he gets older. He actually looks better as he gets older. He starts to get all tatted up. He cuts his hair. He's very aware of his facial hair. He's such a nerd before that. A nerdy nerd, but she does look beautiful, and I don't think that she looked okay when she went to go get a gun. I think she looked very like controlled. And we're gonna listen to that 911 video that was sent over to me, and we're done with this. And then we'll talk more about justice for Micah, which this FBI raid is connected to Micah, and I didn't know it was directly connected. I thought it was something else. I thought it had to do with financials or laundering. Now the church is shut down, so I don't know where this guy's getting his income from. He can't steal or grift from these folks that finally saw the light.
Him or any associations with the church, etc., to please reach out. If you don't want to, call a line that you don't know who's going to answer the other end, you're welcome to call my office. I'll put you in touch with the people who are actually involved with the case, because the more folks who have been victims of this, of a crime potentially or some sort of abuse with him, the more of those that come forward, the stronger the case. And so it's just critically important that we all continue to stand together, fight for Micah, because when we fight for Micah, we're fighting for everyone else who's lived in the same situation.
So, Regina, what would be your reaction to when Russell Long, who is an attorney that's representing John Paul Miller, said, look, he doesn't have more information than anyone else because he told
Oh, he does. And I bet you they're looking at hard drives, emails, the cloud, all that. Clark, hello, beautiful lady. I'm trying to get my hair to look like yours. Right now, I'm in the middle of dyeing it, so it's lifting, but I got to get back in there after the show and fix it. Good to see you. Love you guys all. Thank you for being here and being so supportive. I appreciate you. And all the donations today and memberships.
He said to local media there was no affidavit attached to the search warrant, so he didn't really know what this was about. But what he did say is that this was a fishing expedition. What's your response to that?
Well, sure it is. I mean, that's part of it. There's a step, not necessarily a fishing expedition. Like, for instance, the FBI didn't have anything to go on. We have to go back to, you cannot get a warrant unless there's probable cause, meaning more likely than not a crime has been committed. So, a federal magistrate is not going to sign off on a warrant unless there's, an indication that there's more to be gotten there. So that, obviously the next steps is after getting all of the evidence they took from there, it's going to take some time. And I want the public to understand, please be patient. I know some of the folks were saying, my gosh, it's taking too long. It's taking too long. No, this is a very slow, methodical process. If he does get indicted, we want those charges to stick. We want it to go all the way through. So it doesn't need to be a rushed and hurried investigation. And they will take their time and sift slowly through each item, cataloging, evaluating, following clues to the next clue. So it's going to be some time, but I can tell you this, I do know for sure there's more to come.
And I love that. Remember everybody, this lady was at the FBI raid. She got there pretty soon at the beginning of it. And she's telling us right now that there's more to come. She knows more things than we do, obviously, and she knows the law. So I love this intelligent speculation. Michelle says, Jay, I love that you're coloring your hair while doing this. I'm a hairdresser and I can appreciate exactly what you're doing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You appreciate that. Synth, thank you so much for the 5 memberships. Love you guys.
Well, Tracy, let's talk about that. Let's talk about next steps here in the sense that neighbors said that who were observing this search, they said the FBI agents were wearing shirts that said evidence response team. They were taking out bags of from the home, as we were just talking about with Regina. Talk to us about what happens. What does the evidence response team do? What is the next steps once they collect this evidence? Talk us about what happens behind the scenes.
So the ERT, or evidence response team, is really attached to basically all FBI offices. The larger ones, some of the smaller ones have them as well, or they take from their larger offices that are the closest by. And really, their main job is to process properly and catalog all of that evidence. So I think there's sometimes a misconception that when FBI agents are going in, that we are also gathering the evidence. And Sometimes we are, but more often than not, we are actually not. We are trained in how to, but the evidence response team or the ERT, that is what they have explicitly at Quantico been trained to do. Most of them are not FBI agents, although some of them actually can be, and they can work in those kind of dual roles. And they are what we call bagging and tagging all of that evidence and then putting it into a register and then taking it back.
Right. And we have to be patient with this case. And you guys are pretty patient with this case because I've been watching this for some time without reporting on it. And I've been seeing the things that have been stacking up, and it's all circumstantial, which we don't want. But now at the FBI raid, there's going to have solid evidence. You got to have solid evidence, folks. If you just saw that you watch Grizzly True Crime and the case that the husband burned his wife, he just walked free. In his mugshot, he has a big burn on his face, and he got a not guilty on all charges. All right. And Carrie says, I didn't know you remember her. Guilty of crime for Mr. Beers. Jojo, thank you. Someone matched me $5. Thanks for being here. Taters. Now, I want you guys to also get excited for tomorrow, because before we take a break completely from the Madeline Soto case, I got to talk to you about Jen Soto and 5 things that she could be arrested for right now without any other evidence stacked against her. So we're going to talk about that, because I really think a lot of people think, well, she's walking away. Jen Soto's not going to be arrested. Many people still think that she never was guilty and that she was completely groomed by Stephen Stern. So thank you, Christy, for the $4.99 super sticker. Choo choo. All right, let's listen to this as evidence stacks up.
Back to the office so that it can be kept there securely to be processed.
And Tracy, what's the relationship between the FBI and federal prosecutors? In a case, again, we still don't know all the details. Regina maybe does, but obviously can't share. But what's that relationship like in terms of next steps?
Oh, it's very, very close. Sometimes we get a little frustrated, quite frankly, with the federal prosecutors, because the reality is when you're serving a search warrant, and I said this before, actually, when you and I talked about the Diddy case, there was no question that there was going to be a subsequent indictment, in my opinion. And I am so grateful for Regina talking about how long it takes. It takes a
And we saw Diddy get raided. We saw his 3 houses get raided while he was on vacation, taking his daughter out. He knew the walls were closing in. Thank you, Mom, for the $4.99 super sticker. I love you. I'll buy a Starbucks for me tomorrow morning. All right. Feeling out of place down here in Arkansas. Why? Well, why are you feeling out of place? What are you feeling out of place about? Yes, my mom is precious. Her birthday's coming up soon. When her birthday comes, I got to stream, and we all got to do a big happy birthday for her. All right. Yes, let's arrest Jen Soto now without any other evidence. I'm getting itchy for Jen Soto to be arrested. All right. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Jen Soto is innocent. Think again. Think again, y'all. P. Diddy's not innocent, and neither is JP or Jen Soto.
A long time, especially when there's digital evidence to go through all of that. So we do need to be patient. It is very, very close. We are in contact with them all of the time because they don't want to issue charges or an indictment without really a preponderance of evidence, quite frankly. The reality is if we are there serving a search warrant, charges are definitely forthcoming.
Regina, before I let you go, I wanted to ask you one other thing, and to bring a larger perspective to this. So friends and family, they have alleged that John Paul, who's, I believe, 14 years older than Micah. The allegation was that he groomed her from the time that she was a teenager and that he was a youth pastor. They also claimed that John Paul was abusive toward Micah. In fact, Micah had posted on her social media in the weeks before her death, offering her support to people who are in this kind of circumstances.
So you don't have to stay in a abusive relationship, whether that's sexual, whether that's somebody forcing you to take illegal drugs.
All right, y'all. She's saying a lot without saying a lot. So this is Micah Miller. This is awesome that she did videos left them for us. Now look at the darkness that she has, the sadness. I wouldn't say darkness. I think a lot of her life has left out of her. The later I see the videos and when I see Micah singing. It's beautiful, but you can see she lost a lot of her soul in this marriage that so-called marriage that she had with this monster. DV is definitely involved, and I do think that they're going to find a lot of prescription pills that weren't prescribed to JP. Probably even name ones that have Micah Miller's name on them. I'm sure she was taking heavy medication also. He had her heavily medicated and he was in control. I'm going to bet on that. And I wanted to tell you all and Synth, especially the hashtag I took my meds shirt, we have ready for production. We're going to do the hashtag I took my meds on the front, and we're going to do a QR code on the back, and it's going to say, when you scan on it, it's going to say, are you guilty of crime? It's going to be really cool, y'all. Really cool. Remind me at the end to show you. And I love you guys.
Or alcohol abuse, or physical abuse, psychological abuse, making you think that this is all your fault, or you're a bad mom, or you're a bad wife, or you're a bad husband, or you're not giving it your all when you know you are. God hates divorce, but why? According to everybody I've asked and the scriptures that I've found, it's because it hurts people. But does abuse hurt people?
Absolutely.
How do you think God feels about that?
Now, that video is from March of this year. Micah died the following month. And since then, there have been concerning reports coming out about John Paul. For example, we learned from court documents that were filed by John Paul's ex-wife, Allison, that John Paul and Micah were having difficulty at home, which was impacting the 4 children that they shared custody of. And in a verified complaint in support of her request to modify custody, child support, alimony, it says, plaintiff alleges that since the entry of the party's prior final order, defendant has exhibited increasingly unstable behaviors, failed to provide a safe and stable environment for the minor children during the periods of visitation, and has exposed and involved the minor children in incidents of domestic dispute and discord, which have been traumatic to the minor children and not in their best interest. She also goes on to accuse John Paul, who she calls JP, of deviant sexual behavior, and she claims that Micah was actually their babysitter, but John Paul had started this relationship with her. What can you tell us about all that?
There it is, y'all. So I bet you she carried a lot of guilt with her about a marriage breaking up. I bet you a lot of guilt came to her for wanting to get a divorce. I bet you anything Micah gave her, JP gave her the guilt trip that God doesn't like when people get divorced. And yeah, deviant. He was into, I believe, rumor allegedly that he was into sex workers that were male. And there's no problem. Hey, you want a male? You're a male. You want a male? Hey, all good. But don't be doing that when you're married and bringing things in and causing domestic violence because you're not happy. Yeah, it's always a babysitter. It's not always a babysitter. Sometimes it's the au pair. Same thing. But yeah, did you guys see the au pair case where she helped her husband take the wife's life? And after she did, she put a picture of her and him right on the nightstand, right over the wife's picture. So she just pled guilty. And very gaslighting. Gaslighting's evil. Yeah, it's au pair, however you say that. I'm going to say it like that. Nanny, babysitter, au pair, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, gaslighting. He's a big gaslighter. Nerdy gaslighter.
Well, goodness, it's a whole lot to unpack there, but basically, I would say most of that, not that most of that, I should say that is an accurate representation from what the information that I have. There's actually a whole lot more to it that's not been disclosed to the public, will not be disclosed to the public for various reasons. So yes, there were lots of things that were happening. And Micah herself was concerned and called his ex-wife to say, please come get your children. I think that's a concern.
Tracy, before I let you go, I wanted to ask you one more thing as we're thinking about why the FBI conducted this search without him being present, these allegations, what we're talking about. He has a criminal record,
so
John
funny.
Paul Miller. He pled guilty in South Carolina to assault and battery. He ended
he did.
Being sentenced to 500 hours of community service. He was put on probation. There was a 4-year prison sentence that was suspended. And then it's our understanding in 2022, the South Carolina court records indicated that Miller was pardoned for that assault and battery case. His ex-wife, Allison, claims that he used his connections in the community to make that happen. So when you hear that, and now you're connecting it to what might the investigation look like, and this is obviously why people have questions about John Paul and his relation.
Absolutely, we have questions about it. And the reason I didn't run this case before is because it wasn't much of a case, y'all. It was lots of speculation, and speculation without some kind of intelligent person that knows about it. And I'm not an officer, I'm not a lawyer, I'm nothing. I basically react to videos and I break things down. I have guests, we talk about things in an intelligent way. Now, Lauren C., that's a good question. If the feds are involved, it's not going to be. We now know that federal cases aren't going to be televised. Are the charges going to be different? Is it all going to be on a federal level? What's happening? I'm not sure. Now, they're in South Carolina, right? So I don't know much about the court system there, but I would imagine that certain things are going to be televised. It's pretty televised now, and nothing's happened. So what's up, Sunshine? Good to see you. It always bothered me that she was found next door to his lawyer's property. Yeah, a lot of things bothered me about it, but nothing had happened yet. Nothing had happened, and there were no real charges. Just a lot of speculation and justice for Micah. People were calling for justice, but there was nothing solid to call for because, well, we didn't know. Now we do. The FBI, this lady says the FBI has more than we know, and it's about Micah Miller. So stay tuned.
Relationship to Micah, and if we're listening to Regina, potentially other people that could be connected. Just what are your initial thoughts about that?
Good one,
So
Wyatt.
my initial thoughts are they are most likely, again, I don't have insider knowledge, but they are most likely, this is beyond Micah, in my opinion. I obviously want justice for her, but I think this is bigger than that. Otherwise, I don't believe the FBI would be serving a search warrant.
Right.
I believe that this extends to other victims that he may have potentially groomed, or to his ministry itself, looking at some of those financial dealings and looking at some of maybe the exchanges that he had with other victims. I think this is larger than an assault charge, perhaps larger than murder. I think this is going into maybe racketeering. I think this is going into finances, postal fraud, those kinds of things, perhaps even pornography. I don't know. But that
Yes, we called it. It's probably going to be CSAM and laundering, and you get a lot of when you're mailing things, right? It's going to be a federal offense. Now, I bet you anything that he was having lots of relations with people in his church. I bet you there were people in his church. There was people in his church that are younger, people in his church that are older. And what do you mean we only have 14 likes? Synth, what are you doing? Just kidding. There's 136 people watching. Do hit the like button. I don't know why it says 14. I'm pretty sure we have more than that, but I would hope so. Good old boys club, Murdaugh style. And well, when you're in a church, well, she was considered money larger than that. That's how the elite think of us. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I want to see that video with you guys of him laying on the ground. We have 106 people liking the videos and 136 people in here. So do hit the like button. If someone wants to send me that video of him rolling around like a baby, I'll play that after we watch the other video of the 911 call, after we listen to that. All right.
That is typically when the FBI gets involved in serving search warrants. And if they're bringing things out, such as computers, digital evidence, those kinds of things, that's usually what we find on there.
And just to be clear, just to hammer that home, we're not accusing him of any of that. We're just saying this is things that the FBI has looked for in the past and what might be characteristics of a search like this. But listen, here's what we do know. There's still a lot more answers, still a lot more questions we have in this. Hopefully we'll get some answers. Just an interesting development. But Regina Ward, Tracy Walder, thank you both for coming on. Really appreciate you both taking the time.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that's all we have for you right now here on
Sidebar. Thank you, Sidebar. You're awesome. All right, let's see what this is. I actually just sent it, and I'll pull up the 911 call after this. Let's take a look at this together. Because you know why? Because I have some time. All right. Bizarre video of pastor surfaces. This is him on the ground crying.
JP. You all right, man? You okay? Huh? You okay? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? You switched the medication. Makes me go crazy. Is somebody helping you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to see Jesus. Okay. But you got Mark coming? Somebody called him, I think. Okay. So, is your medication something they gave you? Yeah. Can you want me to make sure Mark's coming? But somebody's called him, right? Okay. All right. Hey, JP. I think Mark is coming.
All right, so he says he thinks Jesus is coming to get him. He needs somebody's number. If you look in chat, Mr. Beer, the famous synth always puts commentary what they're saying. He doesn't look okay. He looks like a loser, but he also looks like he took something or like took too many pills or took too many, like maybe he was hallucinating on something. Very hilarious and pathetic. Yeah, he can't find his tampons. That's what it is. Let's watch him not find his tampons.
I had him try to get in touch with him again to make sure. Is that okay? Huh? Ants fight me. There's ants all over me. Feels like there's ants on you? There's no ants on you, though. It's just, maybe that's how you feel, but there's none on you. There's none on the grass.
He has ants on him, y'all.
What
He
kind
wants
of
to see
medicine do they have
Jesus.
you on? All right, well, somebody's going to come, okay?
So funny.
Do I need to call 911? Do I need to call the medics?
He wants to get to heaven quickly, y'all. He wants to see Jesus. So yeah, he's in La La Land for sure. You know what it sounds like? He's having a bad trip. Yeah, ants crawling on him is a reaction to opioids, but having a bad trip is more what it looks like. Honestly, I've seen people have bad trips before, and they look something like that. I've seen people on mushrooms. I've seen people on mushrooms just like hide under blankets for hours, sweating, thinking that that the killer clowns are gonna come get them, and this guy needs to get to Jesus because he's always preaching about Jesus, and so he must be scared. I don't know if it's pills more than hallucinogens, but it could be pills that gave him the side effect of hallucinating. They're getting in his
Yeah,
head
we got
now.
somebody coming. You want some water or anything? You want some water? Yeah, he said okay if you got a little bottle of water.
Dump it on his head. Oh no, Mr. Bill. Oh no. I don't know if that's ketamine. Ketamine doesn't last like that. I've seen people in ketamine holes before, but they're kind of just in a hole, like, but he's really like, oh no, Mr. Bill. I do think that he's on some kind of hallucinogen. It could be anything. It could be LSD. It could be mushrooms. It could be anything. Yeah. Mute yourself, Jessel. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. That would make too much sense. Call 911. That'd make too much sense. I think they're not calling 911 because they want to laugh at this guy. He's tripping. He looks like a chalk outline. He's literally like this, y'all. What is going on? It's funny though. You see that? He's like,
I don't know. I think they changed his medication or something. He said, and he said like ants was crawling on him and stuff. So I got somebody coming. Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Bill.
Over here. Okay. So let me know if I can do
How?
it. Okay. I think he's. Here's some water, JP. You want some water?
Dump it on his head. Dump it on him. Oh no! They should dump the water on his head, really.
I can't stop making noises in the morning when I wake up.
If Mark can't make it quick, you want me to get your mom over here?
I don't want my mom anywhere in the church. It's crazy. I always told everybody to get on medication, and this is what it does. Crazy.
See? He's on medication. He said they told me to get on medication, and this is what it does. Oh no! Very shameful. Thank you, Liv Wade, for becoming a member, even through all the oh no. Get my mom. He's actually in a fetal position now. He's went from chalk outline. He's like this to fetal position. So yeah, he's giving me a headache. But we'll turn this off then. You know who gave me a headache last time? Wade Wilson. We're gonna listen to the 911 call. This guy's an idiot, and I don't want to give you guys a headache, but he is one more time. Oh no! Funniest thing of the day. All right, let's listen to. And this is what he deserves. This is what he deserves. Thank you, Liv, for gifting the One Guilty of Crime membership. Let's listen to Micah in her 911 call. Do you think that she took her own life? And trigger warning for you all. You know what this is about. This is Micah Miller, pastor's wife, calls 911 in final moments before she takes her own life, supposedly.
Robinson County 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
In National Park.
Paul.
What's the phone number you're calling me from? Where's the park located at?
In Fair Bluff.
She sounds like a zombie. I'm sure she took a lot of meds before doing this. Or if she didn't do it, either
I
way,
have
I think
my location on, I think, on my phone.
rest in peace, Micah.
Find my phone is on. I just did my my location.
Okay, I'm showing.
I
Hold
wish
on
she
one
was
second.
still alive. Man. Yes, may God bless Micah. Thank you guys for all the prayers. AI. A lot of people said AI.
I don't think you are in Robeson County.
Right? Love you, Paul.
The Lumber River State Park. And
Yeah, that's where I am.
Take your
Okay.
meds. This is not her normal speech. I agree.
Tell me what's happened.
I'm about to kill myself, and
Trigger warning.
I just want my family to know where to find me.
Yes, Cindy. Rest
Okay, ma'am.
easy.
Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a bad operator, y'all.
Somebody like to call a special meeting.
Wait, what happened? That was it.
Utility.
That was the only part of it I got, Carly. Was that it? Okay, I got one. There was like 2 minutes, and then let's see. You guys both sent one, and let's see, one. They're both 2 minutes, so that's it. The dispatcher sucks. That's what I'm getting from that. Let me listen to the last part of it one more time. Hold on. Stop this. Damn, now that sucks. Maybe she did hurt herself. I question that, but if she did, I do truly believe that she was pushed to that and defeated. Hold on, listen, last part.
Tell me what's happened.
Thank you, Mr. Beer.
I'm about to kill myself.
Trigger warning.
And I just want my family to know where to find me.
Yeah, hold please. What is that? Why would you
Okay,
say
ma'am.
that?
Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
But are you okay? Anything I could do to talk you out of it? Man, I need to be a 911 dispatcher, y'all. Wow. That's brutal. Hold on, let's all right, y'all. We've made it for an hour and 32 minutes. How's it going? What's up? That was very stupid. What is up with that? All right. Do I have another clip or two to show? Actually, you know what? I think we hit a good spot. We weren't really talking about we want justice for Micah, but we didn't get into what exactly happened with that case. And I think it's a big WTF. I think that is. That's the first time you heard that call, Michelle? What? That's crazy. Yeah, I need to be a dispatcher for 911. Monica, where you been? Thank you so much for the one guilty of crime membership. I think I can be a fantastic one. I do too. And how do I get to be one? How can I be a 911 dispatcher? I think I'd be able to help people and talk them down on whatever. I would hope not to get that, but let's see. What else do we got, y'all? Oh, I wanted to show you something, and I also wanted to show you the shirts, but I don't think that the shirts are quite ready. Let me put the bond hearing up real quick. That's what I wanted to show you. There's no sound, but I want you to see this real quick. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. I want you to see Winnie the Pooh sitting there. You can see how fat he got. Right, so that's his bond hearing this morning, and watch him just sitting there. He's got belly and boobs now, wearing those pajama bottoms. Right, that was the breaking news this morning of him getting arrested. I'll put a little bit faster because I just want you to see his demeanor and what he's wearing, etc. All right, so we'll go like twice the speed. It's not doing anything anyway. And it's kind of funny to watch him bob around. All right, yeah, Winnie the Pooh. One time he's Winnie the Pooh, another time he's Mr. Bill. Oh no. Yeah, we're to give him the potato, the trigger warning potato. I think there's a lot of interest in the Micah Miller case, especially in this community. I think we need to dive deeper into this and follow this case. Absolutely. You tried years ago to be a dispatcher and you're overqualified, huh? Wow. I want to be overqualified for that. All right, Carrie, I know you know a lot about this case. You say where she was found in the water doesn't make sense because there was no water flow. Also, to how her belongings were on the bank near her, why someone saw her things moments after. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why people are so hooked on this case and uh, so for justice for Micah, because we don't actually know. We didn't know that a crime was committed. And that's why I didn't follow this case, because I am guilty of crime. I want a crime to happen so I can report on it. And now I think I know there's a crime. None of it made sense. You're right. Thank God he isn't on the ground crying again, right? He is at his hearing. It takes about 25 minutes or so, and he gets out for $776. None of it makes sense to me, but I just didn't know where to start on reporting this. All right. So here's Pooh Bear. He told Micah to lose weight. Look at him now. And you know who's in court is the lady that he hit her hat off of her head. She's right there. I believe that's her right there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is her up there with the mask up to the left. She was about 14 years old when he groomed her, and then she became the wife. Now, do you know if the gun was at the scene, Leanne or Carrie? I'm sorry. Please dig into this one. Carrie's right about the scene. Now, Carrie, if you want to help me out here in digging into this case, I know you've done a lot of work into it. Please reach out to me and send me some information on there. I know you've dug into it. So Carrie says she left her apartment in her work uniform and stopped by the gas station to get gas and a drink. Who does that? Yeah, when they know they're about to self-harm. I agree. Yeah, send me information. Jess, good to see you. Good to see everybody here. I don't know if they found the gun at the scene. I really do have to dig deeper into this case. And yeah, Paul snuck in a while ago. Hello, Paul. We love you. I'd love to introduce my mom to you, Paul. My mom is awesome and you're awesome. And she likes guys that ride motorcycles too. And not in that way, just like chilling, like nice, cool guys that ride Harleys. All right. Carrie says the gun was found floating in the water. There are multiple unspent rounds on the ground. Very interesting. Carrie, can you tell me if you've got information you can email me? Yeah, and she packed a lunch. So many things were just didn't add up. The gun was found, self-delete scene, yes. It was in the water. All right, you guys seem to know a lot about this case, so let's get together and do this. Yeah, Paul and Pearl, cute. I think they'd have fun hanging out, eating lunch, riding a motorcycle. You're still not answering me, Carrie. Do you have information you can email me? Because Wyatt seems to have a lot of information. Yeah, guns don't float. Tons to come. All right, so let's dig into this. I wanted to show you this, but we're an hour and a half in. I think we've done it justice today to introduce the case and really talk about what's going on up to date. And now we have to go backwards to get into what happened here, because we don't know what happened to her yet. I don't have all the details. So this is him at the bond hearing, and the lady, there's no sound. I don't know why there's no sound, but there is no sound. So judge rules, and there's Pooh Bear. All right, there he is. I wanted to show you guys that. All right, crime to remember. You missed that. His charges were third-degree assault. He got third-degree assault. It's like a battery charge. I don't even know if that was a felony. It was a misdemeanor. Jojo, thank you for the Guilty of Crime membership. There's Pooh Bear. All right, that's what he was arrested for today. I have his charges right here. Where are they? Third page in. He has assault and battery in the 3rd degree, and he got off with a cash bond of $776. Wearing his pajamas, man boobs, and a belly. And he's not even in jail, y'all. He's just putting on weight and wearing his pajamas. How kind does this keep him in a cage? No, he's out already. He's already out. This was for assaulting another person. So there he goes. He's walking on out. There it is. Arrested for assault to a protester. So I think they're sending a message to him and letting him know not to assault those guys. Love you, Paul. Hope to hear from you soon. Boobs and a belly. Manny spent rounds. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to dig into this. It sounds like you guys are really super interested in it. We're at about, all right, you guys, the ones that came in, let me show you real quick. I have it just randomly came up again. Let me show you this so I can slow it down. All right. It's hard to, you can't really slow it down. It doesn't. All right, watch this, okay? Watch this for a second. His house was raided. It was raided, and he was also arrested on unrelated charges. All right, I'm gonna show I took my meds. There he is. That's the closest I can get on this. They don't really show him hitting her. Watch quickly. I'm not gonna go back. I already showed it.
Oh, y'all, what's going on?
This confrontation outside of the Church of South Carolina Pastor John Paul Miller has resulted in his arrest, already under intense
It was
scrutiny for
fast.
the
Hold
death.
on. One more time. Let me show. Look. Watch.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
Uh-oh, y'all. What's going on?
All right, so he basically poked her in the face. I think there was a bit of provoking. Jay, to your email, type in Micah Miller. Okay, cool. Thank you, Carrie. I had not been covering this case, so no fingerprints because it was in the water. Azarabella, good to see you. All right, I'm going to show you guys the quick design that we came up with. You know how much I like tattoos, and I know you guys all like tattoos. So on an unrelated subject, we're doing some new merch at the Guilty of Crime store on our website, or it's not on our website necessarily, but you could go on our website to find the merchandise. We're doing a hashtag took my meds, and here's the logo. We're gonna do it in black and red, and we're also gonna do it on a white shirt with red, and then we're gonna put a QR code. Let me bring it up for you. Yeah, the unaliving thing doesn't make sense to me. So I chose a font that is that. I love tattoos, as you can see. I've got so many tattoos everywhere. I mean, I've got like a bodysuit, so check that out. I took my meds. We're gonna put that on a t-shirt with the font. That's a tattoo font, and I am gonna deep dive this. All right, so I know you guys are waiting for shirts, waiting to get tattoos, all that. So we're gonna say hashtag I took my meds on the front, and we're gonna put a QR code on the back that says, "Are you guilty of crime?" All right, so yeah, Mr. Beer, let's say a prayer for you for bartending. But I hope you guys like this shirt. I think it's really, I think it's artsy and nice. I like the hashtag I took my meds. It looks like tattoo font. I have lots of the tattoo font all over my body, that particular font. Carrie says he laid her body 4 times at the morgue, saying he was trying to have her be raised. Oh, he laid with her body 4 times, saying he was trying to have her raised from the dead. He took off her necklace and put it on himself. Yeah, it sounds like he's having a fake nervous breakdown against all logic. You like that? Good to see you. Hashtag I took my meds, and then check this out. We're going to do a QR code, and I think it's pretty cool because it's like up to date, and it's like a hip thing to have a QR code, and the QR code is going to be red on black. Red on black. Let me show it to you real quick. If you guys actually scan it right now, if you scan it from your TV, you can see that it says, "Are you guilty of crime?" And so someone will see that behind them or behind you. So you'll be You'll be hashtag I took my meds. You'll be walking away from them. They'll scan it and it will say, are you guilty of crime? So, all right, there you go. It's the new, it could be your new hoodie. It could be your new black t-shirt. It could be your new white t-shirt. It could be whatever you want. All right, Mom, I will get you a t-shirt. I really want you to have one that says hashtag I took my meds. Are you guilty of crime? I want all of us to have that. So Carrie, I'm going to have you help me dig into this case, and we're going to get real crazy with this case and get into it. Let me scan this real quick while you guys watch me. Bree, I hope it works. It does work. I just scanned it and it says, look what it says on my phone, y'all. It says, are you guilty of crime? I ask you, Carrie, are you guilty of crime? And the hashtag, did you take your meds today, y'all? All right, Carrie, I appreciate that. We're going to get deep into this. I'd love to go into this next week while it's still fresh. Cody says that's why Bree ignored you. Oh, that font I had her searching for. Is that why, Cody? I feel like Cody's part of our family too. Cody, welcome to the Guilty of Crime crew. I'm going to put that up one more time for you, for the people that are still here. You guys asked and we brought it. Let me show you the white on red. Check that out. Hashtag I took my meds. Are you guilty of crime? Savage Barbie, you love it? You love it? All right. Coffee's my med. There you go. Whatever meds you take. Can't wait to buy one. I can't wait to buy my mom one. I can't wait to have a hoodie of that. Sweetie, good to see you. Yeah, that font. Yeah, that font. The tattoo rose tattoo font. All right. Yeah, we're kicking ass and taking names here. That's why Bree's the best. She does it. Yeah, in the morgue. Yeah, we're going to get into that, y'all. We're going to get into that. So we're making steps. We're coming up. This February will be here for a year. We'll have a little 1-year anniversary in the beginning to mid of February for Guilty of Crime channel. 1 year coming up. We'll hit the 20,000 mark before that, but let's keep it going. All right. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Savage Barbie, go take your meds. Everybody that needs to take their meds, go take their meds. Grassi, beautiful picture. Thank you for the 1 Guilty of Crime membership. And yeah, I just love you guys so much. I'm excited for us. I'm excited for us because I couldn't have Guilty of Crime channel without you. So thank you. Thank you for the membership. Thank you all. Get your merch. Justice for Micah. Let's dig in even deeper. Carrie, you're going to help me, and never been inside a morgue, even with my children. Oh God, I don't even want to. Sorry, prayers. Love you guys. Love my crew. Love you, Sadie's mama. All right. I'm going to get out of here so I don't just keep rambling, but I do love you all. I do appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I couldn't do what I do without you. Now, let me go finish dyeing my hair because I don't want people thinking that I have orange hair. I'm really trying to get it to be platinum. All right. I love you all. Thank you. Prayers for Micah. Carrie, love you against all odds. You're the champ. Have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to have an epic show tomorrow, so please be there or be square. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Good night.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?